You want to know something? That racist thing that happened tonight in Houston, absolutely atrocious. You know, you come to this country, you better be fucking thankful. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that to you, Darvish. You know what I'm saying? You're both from different countries. What do you got against Japan? You're from Cuba, bro. You're communist. I mean, we take you in, give you a great opportunity to make money in Cuba. I mean, America, and you're doing squinty eyes at someone else from Japan. Actually, I think he's like Korean or something. He's Korean and something else. Regardless, it's absolutely atrocious. The guy should be suspended for the rest of the series. No exceptions. Joe Torre, Tony La Russa, get Major League Baseball to do that. That's disrespectful. We're going to kneel for the national anthem, but we're going to allow racism to persist in the World Series by people that aren't even from this country, but are privileged to play there. Absolutely atrocious. Anyway, coincidentally, the setup that is this death trap couldn't get any more stupid. As in, the people that set it up are a bunch of fucking deceiving artists of deception, and they're stupid as shit. Let me tell you something. You have to try a little bit hard with me, buddy. Mike Adler, Officer Verber. Atrocious. NYPD would never do this. Well, a lot of the reason is we don't exactly hire a lot of ex-Marines. You gotta have 60 college credits to be an NYPD. So, anyway, education aside, just saying, there's a difference. There's a reason the New York economy is world class. And Chicago had a movie called Chirac, right? So you gotta realize who you're dealing with when you're dealing with me. I know a lot of people, not only on this coast, but on the East Coast especially. And that's who you want to look out for. So you leave my family alone, and you don't put us up in this fucking house where this room right here, apparently, Adler's mother passed away. Okay? Is she really dead? I don't know. There's a Greek Orthodox church down the street, right? A Greek Orthodox church down the street. Just happens to be down the street. My mother, her family started going to Greek Orthodox churches when they fled Greece. Okay? Now, why did they flee Greece? They're Jews, right? But the only people that spoke Greek were the Christians, right? So they had to go to meet other Greeks, so they went to the Christian church. It's not that fucking hard. Not hard to understand whatsoever. I mean, you have to be out of your mind stupid to not understand that when I go to synagogue, I wear yarmulke, and these people still don't understand that. I'm not Greek Orthodox. I don't know what problem it is to be Greek Orthodox. Keep me out of it. If they're crazy psychopaths, then if they're like this Uriel, whatever the hell his name is for Houston, the Astros, maybe they should get what's coming to them, right? I'm not here to argue because I don't know any of these people. You know what I mean? I attend synagogue and know those people. That's my family. Now listen. This house, the kitchen right here, and we got a little behind me. You see this house behind me? Okay. It's 2 stories, so it's actually, it's a split level technically, right? Split level technically. And their windows directly face in here, which is kind of weird. Kind of very, very, very strange. And here is the room where her name was Karen Adler. Karen Adler. And she passed away. I guess she got cancer. So the mother passes away. Elderly. That could be believable, right? Elderly mother passing away. But then the sister, Granted, I think I met them once. They didn't look like they were in great health. No, they didn't look like they were very healthy. But to die in this home, you know, and you got these neighbors that don't talk. You know, they're the most. You know, I'm from affluent areas, and guess what? That snobby argument, that's bullshit. Affluent areas, people are nice. People know each other. I mean, maybe some. There's obviously exceptions, but this is lower middle class trash, and they don't talk to one another. That tells me something's not right. And you know, it's a labor intensive market around here. I mean, people don't exactly work at banks. I mean, they might. I don't know, but doesn't seem like any J.P. Morgan investment bankers, you know, live in this neighborhood. Let's put it that way. But you know, the fact that there was two deaths in this house in a span of I don't know, a year or two, and then she got to relocate from Roselle, Illinois, which the only reason she was there because she met the guy that took her in there from a casino because he came down to St. Louis from Roselle, Illinois, to go to some casino. Okay, you know, I don't believe these fantastical tales. You know, I'm not a fucking retard, first of all, and I don't know if that's like a marine psychology where you assume that people of a certain you know what race, ethnicity, what Greek Orthodox people, I don't know, you know, because first of all, we've never lived near a Greek Orthodox church ever, and this house right down the street from one. Now that could be great. That could be great, right? Sure, yeah. It's a great thing. Now my mother gets to go to the church that her family, you know, whatever. So you could clearly see the other side. I mean, unless I'm talking to complete morons, you see how that is a little red flaggy. You know what I mean? To put her up near a Greek church, claiming that two family members have passed away in this house in a span of a year, and not only to move away from St. Louis, where she was a victim of a subprime mortgage crisis, right? She happened to, you know, basically be booted out of that house, slowly but surely, with people on both walls, you know, causing havoc. And I could tell something was up. You know what I mean? I could tell something wasn't right when I came home from college. I've never, you know, no one's ever tried to take me to Auschwitz. You know, I didn't think that existed. But you know, maybe there's something to be said for the Greek Orthodox thing. You know, I don't know. But when you get my family involved and you bring this havoc into my life, that's not going to go well. That's not going to go well for anybody. I'll tell you that. So I hope she can find a new condo. Obviously, she probably can't afford a loan at this point. You know, someone's going to have to help her out. You know, after the Holocaust, there was what, reparations? You know, maybe some of these asshole boyfriends that put her up in these, you know, sketchy scenarios. A house with two dead, deceased people within a span of a month. You know, neighbors that don't talk to you whatsoever. The guy next door, you know, he's, what do you call it? The guys, well, the neo-Nazis, you know, they got the skinheads, right? He's a skinhead. He's a, you know, he's probably a cop. You're right. You know, he's just, that's probably why he doesn't talk. He doesn't want to give anything away. And by the way, her old house in Roselle, a DuPage County sheriff lived right next door. Now, that wasn't a very nice apartment. No, no. So to me, he could probably afford better because, for example, he drove a BMW SUV. Now, either that's a symbolic gesture because I've heard that there's something called beaming, and, you know, that's like a weapon of mass destruction, I guess, that they would use in Iraq. But in America, To do that is well, it's insane. And to put my family in, harm's way when my father and grandfather and great grandfather have fought in wars. I mean, do I need to go World War II, Korean War, Desert Storm? Hello, America. This is what's going on around here. I'm not crazy, you know. Um, and my sister dating this Islamic guy living in a shithole of an area on the south side of Chicago doesn't really put me at ease of mind either. No, no, no. His story, the story they try to tell me, is that his dad, his father in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, owns all of the BMW dealerships. You know, maybe one or two would be believable, but all of them. And then you live in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. You know, maybe not Winnetka, not Highland Park, not Lake Forest, but Chicago Ridge. Yeah, no, you don't have that much money, bro. You're gonna have to come up with something better than that. Don't know why my sister would suddenly date her too. She claimed to date a different guy. I got back from LA. She was dating apparently a half Mexican, half Greek kid or something like that. And then all of a sudden, she moves out and is living with an Islamic kid from Dubai. Do you see what I put up with? It's absolutely atrocious. And people should be ashamed of themselves. And this is a wake-up call to America. There is an assault going on freedom. And it's coming at the cost of Americans that have fought for this freedom for a very, very long time. I'm a starving actor, so, yeah, they go after me and there's going to be problems, I'll tell you that. But here's the thing. I'm going to continue to do my duty, report all of this, all of everything that I see, everything that I feel, because it's going down. Like Jock Peterson of the Dodgers, Young Jock, the rapper, he says it's going down. Well, I'm not much of a fighter, I'm a lover, but you know what? I've got a pretty big army behind me on both coasts. And Chicago's chump change. Absolutely atrocious. Mary Emanuel needs to step up, maybe talk to some of these suburban councils and figure out what's going on with this. Because it doesn't seem quite right. And last time I checked, Illinois is known for, what do you call it? Cook County. That's right. So, it doesn't happen in Nassau County. Nassau County, Long Island, this would never happen. Ever. First of all, you don't have ex-Marines living there that, think that they can go after Jewish women or whatever, Greek women, um, who clearly come from uh, more affluent parts and have very intelligent um, offspring, as in their kids, are a little bit on the what do you call it, upper echelon of your stupidity, and can call you out at any given time. I mean, you are atrocious. Get it right. Do something. Get me out of this hellhole. Make sure my family is not okay. This is America. God bless. Shabbat Shalom.